I don't want to start the week off pissed off, but it's I'm okay now. But like this morning, I straightened my hair last night because I have to do parent-teacher conferences with Aiden's teachers. But there's a couple of things. First of all, the other day, my uncle came over for something. I don't even remember at this point what he came over for. Oh, because Stephen had, what was it, like railings for a deck or something that his work was going to throw away. And my uncle is always building decks for people, so he was going to take them. But anyway, everything was fine, and then they got into, I tell both of them to not talk about politics with each other because they are on total opposite ends. They will never see eye to eye on that type of stuff. And they started arguing about something, and I was up here like, I'm gonna stay out of it. And then Stephen just got pissed off at him and basically kicked him out of the house. So I don't know how Thanksgiving is gonna go this year, because I don't think either one of them are gonna want to see each other. But like they got in a bad argument like this before when we lived at the old house, and that was the only other time, because after that I was like, neither one of you ever start talking about that shit with each other again, because it's just gonna lead to a fight. My uncle helps us a lot and stuff, but like we will never see eye to eye with him on his views and shit, because anyway, so that happened Saturday, and then this morning I woke up, my phone wasn't working. I have the auto pay set up, and it's connected to my PayPal card, and I am so broke right now, there's no money on my PayPal card. But it didn't, like, it will usually give me a warning like, hey, your payment didn't go through, and it didn't do that this time. So I don't know which day I think it was Friday that it was supposed to charge the payment, and it didn't give me like a text message saying, hey, that payment didn't go through. So now I wake up today, the phone is shut off, and I can't log in to pay the bill because it sends you a text message with a security code. And since my text messaging wasn't working, I couldn't get the security code. Their customer service people are so friggin' incompetent, it's not even funny. Because I was telling them, like, I cannot log in because they're trying to send me the security code and I can't get the code. Obviously, my phone is not working right now. Even the internet wasn't working on my phone. So then they sent me this big long thing about how to download your PDF bill, because you can use your account number on there to log into the guest pay. And I'm like, I can't log in to download the bill. If I could log in to download the bill, then I'd have no problem, because I could just pay right there. I was getting so aggravated with them. And like, this happened one other time, and they kept telling me just go to the store. There's no T-Mobile store near me anymore. The closest one is like an hour away, I think now, because nobody does like the in-store payments and stuff anymore. So there's no, I don't know. I really want to drop them and just go back on Xfinity with like Steven has, because it's cheaper anyway. But anyway, after like tooling around the internet and trying to Google stuff and find out how the hell do I get my account number, I have no paper bills and I don't know my account number offhand. So like, usually your account number will be on your bill, yeah, but I don't have any bills to look at the account number. So I'm freaking so aggravated right now. In all my Google searches and stuff, I finally figured out, and this is something I never had to do before, so I didn't know that it was an option. You can just dial 611 on your phone, and it gives you the automated thing to just like punch in your numbers and pay it over the phone like that. So I did that, and now it's saying it can take up to 2 hours to restore your service, but at least that's done now, and I don't have to stress about this, because I'm like, I can't not have, like, this is my only phone and access to the outside world, you know? Like, it makes me very anxious when I don't have like a direct line to Steven and stuff, just in case. But like, you can always use the Telegram app, which I need to put on his phone because he doesn't have it. But like I was texting my friend Cassie and I was like, hey, my phone got shut off just in case you're texting me, and I'm not ignoring you. I just can't get through right now because she has Telegram. I need to put it on Steven's phone just in case. But like I've used Google Meet with Steven before just to do like the video chat when my phone wasn't working the last time, and that worked. So it's not like it's an end-all be-all, you cannot use your phone if it gets shut off like that, but I still don't like it. I don't like not being able to be like, hey, I need to make a phone call. Not that I use the phone that much, but like with my grandma and stuff, she doesn't have any of those apps on her phone, so that's the only way I can talk to her is through the actual phone. Also, and because I was going too off topic on what I was talking about before, but why couldn't the either time, the last time this happened or this time it happened, why couldn't the customer service person tell me you can dial 611 to like bypass all of this issue you're having? Like, do they know nothing about what they're trying to help you with? If they had just told me dial 611 on your phone and you can get in without having to receive an SMS code, it doesn't make any sense to me why nobody told me that. But now I know for next time. And also, as soon as I can log in, I'm gonna get one of my bill PDFs so that I can have my account number at all times, because I didn't have that either. But yeah, you live and you learn, I guess. So today I learned that you can just dial 611 on your phone to pay your bill when you can't get into the website. So that's good. Anyway, I'm going for real now. It is still Monday, but I guess I have a lot to talk about today. Steven and I both watched that movie Weapons that I was waiting to see because it finally came on HBO Max on Friday. And side note, when you're trying to watch a movie on there, I think it's happened to me with Netflix before too, but HBO Max, whenever you try to watch a movie on the day that it goes on there, the app keeps crashing. Like the movie would keep, it happened when we were watching Bring Her Back too. But it was worse this time with Weapons. Like we watched it on Friday, but we watched maybe 20 minutes of it and gave up because the app kept crashing, and like the movie will freeze and then it just goes back to the main Roku page. Like it's not our Roku that's doing that, because it doesn't do it on any other apps. It just does it when you're trying to watch a movie that just came out, because like I guess so many people are trying to watch it. I don't know, but it's bullshit. So I did not like Weapons that much. Like I liked how they were telling the story, because they did it from like all the characters' points of view. So like they start with the teacher girl and they're going through that, but then they go to the different characters like at the same time that stuff was happening, so you see what happened from their perspective. I liked that aspect of it. It just got stupid. It was a stupid story. It was a crap ending. You guys know how I cannot stand those endings that end abruptly and leave a bunch of unanswered questions. Like, I was so mad at the end of it. I was like, that's it? They're gonna end it like that? What happened to this? What happened with this? Like, I don't get it. Like, I wasn't 100% sure what the movie was even about. It just looked good from the trailers that I saw. And it was like, it had to do with this crazy lady doing witchcraft and using the kids as like weapons. That's why that's the name of the story. But like, if you don't want spoilers, skip this part. But honestly, the movie's not even worth watching. It's this whole kids class, and it turns out that it's the kid's aunt that's doing it. Because she's like sickly, which they really don't go into. They don't really say what's wrong with her. And I guess she's getting like the life force from the kids, because she tries to, when she first moves there, she puts his mom and dad into a trance, is the best way I can describe it, because she'll take their hair and wrap it around a stick, and then like if she cracks it, they do whatever she wants them to do, and that's the premise of her powers, I guess. But they don't say like why she's sick, how it happened, why doing this with the kids is gonna make her better, because I guess she tried to do it to the parents and it wasn't making her any better, and she was just getting sicker. So then she told him to go take something from each one of his classmates. So he did that. He took all their name tags off their little bins in school in the classroom, brought them to the aunt. She did some kind of witchcraft with that, and then at 2:17 a.m. it made all the kids run to their house, and she had them all in the basement. But it's like, there's so much unanswered stuff at the end of it, because one of the kids' fathers throughout the whole thing is like hell-bent on figuring out where all the children went because the cops can't figure it out, and he ends up showing up to the house with the teacher at the end, and the aunt catches him and puts him into the trance. So he's like choking out the teacher, but then once, like, the main kid had been watching her and figured out, like, hey, you wrap their hair or something that they own around the stick and crack it and you can make them do what you want. So he does that at the end, and the kids all attack the witch lady and pull her apart. Like, that part was cool. They ripped her apart. But at that point, the dad that was trying to find the answers comes out of his trance. But then none of the kids ever come out of their trance, and that main kid's parents don't come out of their trance either. So, like, why did it break the spell for the father, but no one else? And, like, the way it ended, the little girl that was, like, telling the story, the way it ended was she said that, like, none of the kids ever came out of their trance, but some of them are starting to talk again. And then it just ended like that. They left all that stuff unanswered, and I was pissed. Like, if they had added maybe another 20 minutes and did a little bit more storytelling, I might have given it, like, a better rating here, but I was so aggravated at the end of it. I was just like, well, yet again, I guess we couldn't have 2 out of 2 because I did really like Bring Her Back, so I guess this one couldn't be super great. But anyway, I just wanted to say that I finally got to see that movie and was disappointed in it. So I woke up with a friggin' migraine today, and sorry, I gotta feed the kitties. I've somewhat got it under control now. I had to keep laying down whenever I could, but, like, it's so cold today, I can't get warm. I'm, like, shivering. I just don't feel good again. This is pissing me off. I feel like this is mainly stress lately. I've been so freaking stressed lately, and trying not to be. It's just like, I have so much work-related shit to do, right? And it's getting to the point where, like, the makeup stuff is not, it's not bringing in enough money anymore. It's, people don't want to buy unless the stuff is on sale, and then when I have sales, that's when everybody buys, and then I get way backed up and overwhelmed with shit. I don't have Steven home all day with me anymore to freaking help me with stuff, so it all piles on me, and I get friggin' stressed out about how much shit I have to do. And now, because that's not making as much money, I'm back to doing the AI stuff again, and, like, those jobs are very few and far in between, so I have to take them when I can get them. And there's been one now that's been going on for a full 2 days, so I've been trying to do as much of that as I can, and doing that makes it so that I can't get any work on the eyeshadow stuff done. And I'm friggin' at my wit's end here. Why is it so cold today? I don't know if it's so cold because of it being chilly out and I refuse to turn the heat on right now, or I'm cold because I don't feel good. Because sometimes I get shaky and crap like this when I have a migraine. I need to chill, and, like, I can't chill lately, and it's very freaking annoying. It's bothering me that I can't just calm down about stuff. Oh, look how my hair, when I straighten it and then wake up from sleeping on it. Aiden's in art class right now, but they're really not doing anything because they have a half day today, so all their classes are short. I don't know why they did it that way, but he has all his classes, but they're only a half an hour each. And I need to fix my hair before I meet with your teacher later, because it is a mess.
I gotta pre-knead it.
I was just on the phone with customer service for T-Mobile for like a half an hour because I have not been, since that issue the other day, I haven't been receiving security codes to my phone. And I thought it was just like the one thing I was trying to do. But then today, I went to reset my Etsy password and then I couldn't get the security code sent to my phone to get into my Etsy account. So I started freaking out because I'm like, if I can't ship orders, they're going to get all backed up and then Etsy takes away your star seller status and stuff if you're late on things. So I was like, crap. So I had to call because everything I was Googling said you might have short code messaging blocked. And I'm like, I don't know why that would have happened all of a sudden, but I was on the phone with the regular customer service. She did like an audit to see what was going on with my account and couldn't find anything wrong. So then she sent me to the technical department and that girl was like so over the top happy and like super nice. So I couldn't get angry with her, but like she didn't give me a reason to get angry anyway. She was trying to figure it out and she was like, I'm going to have you reset the network. And if that doesn't work, then we'll have to have the engineering team get back to you within like 48 hours or something like that. And I'm like, oh, great. So I did the network reset thing, which I should have wrote down the steps of how to do it, but I'm sure I can figure it out if this happens again. I did that and then it worked. I started getting all the codes that I had been requesting. So thankfully that worked. And then she called me back like just now. So like 40 minutes later, to see if it had worked. And I was like, yes, thank you for your help. You solved my issue here. I don't know why that was happening. It had to have something to do with the fact that my phone line was suspended the other day because I had to pay it. But everything is good now. Now I have to work on the Etsy stuff that I was wanting to do all morning and I couldn't get in to see the orders and stuff. So I'm gonna go do that now. And Aiden is happy he only has school till 12 today. But I'm gonna go and probably fix my hair and I will talk to you guys later on or tomorrow. Ignore my overflowing trash in the background. I need to empty that and change the bag. I haven't had time all morning because I've been freaking... There was like 4 French fries left in here. Why was this bag in the freezer? I'm trying to make myself a chicken sandwich. If you've never tried these, I get them from Walmart. They're the Banquet Mega Fillets, and they're really good in the air fryer. I tried them on a whim last week, and I was like, oh, they're not bad, because they're cheap. I think it's $5 for that bag, so I'm always looking for, like, quick lunch things during the day. So I've been making those with like, Raggy, please. This cat loves to chew on plastic. He never eats it, thankfully, but like his favorite thing is the bottled water bags. Now it's stuck on his head. Raggy, give me this. Give me this. I hope that Floki didn't pee on this. Sometimes if this is on the floor, Floki will just piss on it. Ugh, I really have to change that. I'm going to clean all these dishes that are in here. How lovely. Ugh. Alright. I'm going to feed you as soon as I get this in the air fryer, okay? Because I have to cook this for like 15 minutes. Actually, if I do that, I'll burn the fries, so I guess that's good. What else was I going to talk about? I don't remember, but I got to change this trash bag now. I just want to say that Aiden's the parent-teacher conference went really well last night because they, as usual, his teachers are like, we love him. He's great. There's nothing bad we have to say about him. So, especially this year, I think he's like a breath of fresh air for them because he's in a class this year with a lot of kids that like blatantly don't listen, refuse to do their work, and like, I don't know. I just wish this year he doesn't have that many kids in his class that he knows. Because like, ever since he started there in 3rd grade, he's had a lot of the same kids in his class, and like none of them are in his class this year. There's a few that were in his class from last year. That last year was the first year that he had them in his class, but like, they took him out of the class that had the core group of kids that he's been going to class with every day for the past few years. So it was like an adjustment for him because he didn't know most of the kids at the beginning of this school year. Especially because this year, not so much in other classes, but in social studies, they're making them do a lot of group work. So they'll all go into like breakout rooms of like 4 or 5 kids, and like none of the kids want to talk to each other because like none of them are I guess they're familiar with each other now that school has been in session for a few months, but I don't know. I don't agree with like forcing kids to work together. It was, even when I was in school, I didn't like group work unless they let us pick our partners. Because, like, obviously, if you're working with your friend, it's a better time. But I guess they don't like that because you also don't get a lot of work done if you're screwing around. But they'll go into their breakout rooms and then, like, everybody just uses the chat, which is fine. But I'm like, you gotta make sure you're talking to them because half the time it's only him and one other kid that's actually doing the work, and the other ones are screwing around doing nothing. So, I don't know. I just don't like group work. I've never have liked group work. I've always been a person who freaking, given the choice, I want to just do my own work. Most of the time in school, when I was paired with people to do like a group project, it ended up being me doing all the damn work, and then they just goofed off. And that always aggravated me and just put a sour taste in my mouth for friggin' wanting to do group projects with people. It's just annoying when like nobody wants to help you, but they want to take credit for all the work that you did. So I do remember one time we had to do something about, I don't think it was even social studies class. I think it was for like language arts, but we had to do this big project about Egypt, and like my group decided to build like a pyramid type thing, or a tomb. It was like we wanted to get a big cardboard box and do like the inside like a pharaoh's tomb. And I just remember getting really aggravated during that project because like one of the girls was my friend, and there was 2 other ones that I was never crazy about those girls, and like that ended up being the end of my friendship with that girl because she got super friendly with those 2, and they for some reason didn't like me, and like I was just over it. So I think that was 6th grade. It was 6th or 7th. I know it was junior high, so it was around the same age that Aiden is, but yeah. And then also, she didn't tell me that she was grounded when we were supposed to be doing that project. So like, I got dropped off at her house, and my best friend lived up the street from her, so she had come over too. And then her dad came out and told us we had to go home because the other girl was grounded and she wasn't supposed to be having anybody over. And I was like, what am I supposed to do? This was like the time where you didn't have cell phones and stuff and couldn't just be like, hey mom, can you come get me? So thank God my best friend was there, and we just walked up the street to her house. And I called from her house and was like, Ashley was not supposed to have her friends over today, and her dad just kicked us out. My mom was like fuming at the end of that. So yeah, that was the end of my friendship with that girl because she pissed me off during that project and like decided she was gonna be friends with those bitchy girls over me. So now I have hiccups. So all week it has said that it's gonna rain tomorrow night for Halloween, like to the point where we weren't even gonna go out because it was supposed to be raining all day and cold, but now it's just saying it's gonna be cold tomorrow. So I think as long as we wear layers, we should be good. And Aiden's costume is very thick anyway, so I think he'll be okay. I'm gonna do his Sherpa hoodie underneath, because that's really like, he hates like jackets, like legit coats. So every year from the children's place, they always have this really thick, I'm gonna say, he doesn't need it this year because the one from last year was too big, so it fits him perfectly this year. But they always have this glow-in-the-dark skeleton hoodie, and it's really, really thick, and it's all lined with that Sherpa stuff on the inside, and he loves that, and that's what he wears all winter, because like we're never outside for a long time anyway. We go from like the house to the car, and then the car to a store if we go out, so that's his favorite thing. I'm trying to see if they have it this year, because I might just order it too big for next year. He's gonna like size out of the children's place soon, which is very depressing to me because I get most of his clothes from here. It doesn't look like they have it this year. Oh no. It is Friday. We have made it to the end of the week. It is Halloween, and I have a headache that I'm trying to get rid of. This month has been a bad month for headaches. I kind of like jinxed myself saying that these body armors have been helping me with my headaches lately, but it's not as bad as it was the other day. The other day I had like the nausea and super migraine headache. Today it's just like one of those annoying, it's there in the background headaches. So I just took some more. I haven't been taking the Excedrin because I don't like the way that that's making me feel lately. Like I don't like getting all the jitters and stuff, and I know it's mainly because I take it first thing in the morning and I haven't eaten yet, and then I don't feel like eating until lunchtime, so it's just caffeine coursing through me. But these have been my favorite lately. They're the Advil Dual Action for back pain, which they actually really help when my lower back is sore and bothering me. But I've found that it gets rid of my headaches too, or at least dulls them down. It's really just, Advil and, what do you call it? Tylenol together. Because I don't think there's anything else in here. It's just acetaminophen and Advil. Acetaminophen and ibuprofen together in one tablet, so that's probably why it works well. I need to get a bigger bottle of them though, because I always get the little like 25 count, I think it is, or something like that. How many are in here? 18. There's only 18 in there. And I'm pretty sure that they have bigger bottles, but I always grab the 18 count one off Amazon because it's like $4 something. It's really cheap. So I'm waiting for the mailman to come because I'm hoping that it comes before we leave for trick-or-treating tonight, but usually Steven must have microwaved something this morning because he always takes whatever he's microwaving out before the timer's done and he never resets it back. Anyway, usually the mail comes before that time at night, but the mailman's been coming like later and later every day. I have something coming from Influencer that I know he's just gonna throw on the porch, and especially on Halloween night, if something is on the porch, someone's gonna steal it. Then this weekend I just have to work on work stuff. I'm slowly getting caught up. I haven't run another sale yet because I don't want to do that to myself. Like, I super stressed myself out running another sale before I was even halfway done shipping out the orders from the previous one. So I have to get caught up on that before I do anything else. Because that on top of like the Etsy orders that I've been only getting like a few a week, but that's still something separate from everything else that I have to focus on. I have these little sample soaps because I had made some for my grandma, and then I had like leftover soap, so I poured the extra for us. It is Monday. Whoa. I have a mess behind me, so let's try to block it with myself. Not really much going on. It's freezing. We had an eventful Halloween because Aiden ended up getting more candy than last year. However that worked out, I don't know how people had more candy to give out in this economy. But anyway, he had fun. As usual, about 20 minutes in, he was over it and didn't want to walk around anymore, but he got a bunch of candy, so I need to dye my hair. I'm thinking about just doing it black. I know I said I wanted to grow out all the black so that I could just start doing like my natural hair color, which is brown. What? I know I said I wanted to eventually grow it all out, but I don't know, maybe I'll try to do brown, but like enough of the black is not grown out yet. It is really faded because I haven't done black box dye in forever, but anyway, what did we watch this weekend? We watched that movie Vicious with Dakota Fanning. It's a horror movie. It was actually pretty good. It had a nice rounded ending, as I like to call it, because it like finished it off to where there wasn't a bunch of questions and stuff. They left it open to could probably be a sequel, but I don't see why there would be any reason for it. But I said the same thing about that stupid Smile movie. I did not like that one, Smile, and then they made a second one anyway. And I'm sure they're probably going to turn that into a franchise that needs like 16 movies when there's no need for it. That one was so predictable, and it was very much like It Follows. If you've ever seen that, it took like pretty much the same storyline from that goddamn movie, which I also didn't love that movie either, but it was more original than Smile, which pretty much just stole the same story, except the curse was not like an STD like it was in It Follows. Anyway, we watched Vicious. That one was pretty good, and I don't think we watched any other movie this weekend. Like, we've been trying to find at least one each weekend that we can watch, but there wasn't really anything else when we were looking on like Fandango and stuff for the new ones. And like I found that on Fandango, and then I was like, wait, because if it's older than the other ones we just watched, it's probably on one of the streaming things, and it was on Paramount Plus, so we watched it on there without having to pay $5.99 to rent it. A while ago we watched that movie Companion, where like the guy had the robot girlfriend and stuff. That it wasn't horrible, but it wasn't that great. It was kind of more like a silly horror movie that we were laughing at than anything else, because it wasn't meant to be like a super creepy serious one. It was just one of those silly stupid ones. And I think that's like all the movies I have to talk about. Now we're getting into like Christmas holiday season, so I'm sure there'll be more like family oriented movies that we'll be watching. So my friend and I went out last night to see if we could find any like clearance Halloween stuff. At Home had a lot of stuff left, but like TJ Maxx and Home Goods didn't have any Halloween stuff left, which was a bummer. I don't remember if we've actually found any in past years. I think we just always forget which stores actually leave their Halloween stuff out and clearance it. I think the At Home and TJ Maxx just recycles it for next year or something. I don't know. Or they just get rid of it all, which is a waste. But At Home had a bunch of stuff left, but I didn't really grab anything because I don't really need any more decorations, and I was trying to be good like spending wise, but they had at Home, they had so much pretty Christmas stuff. It was there's so much of it this year that's like pink and pastel, and that's like right up my alley for Christmas decorations. If I had like a giant house and the money for it, I would have like a 12-foot tree with like just a theme of like Candyland or something, with like glittery giant balls all over the place and like cupcakes and candy and stuff. I love that look. And they had these two things. I'm trying to look now to see if they're on the website, because they are so expensive and I cannot justify buying them, but I really, really want them both. There was this glittery gingerbread house that was probably like 4 feet tall. It was so pretty. It was like pastel and pink, and it had snow all over it and like candy, of course, because it's a gingerbread house. And it was just sparkly and beautiful, and I think it was like $130 or something like that. I'm trying to find it because they usually have all the same stuff on their website. There it is. Is it this? Yep. Mrs. Claus's Bakery, green pastel door gingerbread house. Was it this one? It might have. I mean, they don't ship, so this one is $129.99. It looks like that, but I thought the one that I saw was more pink. And then the other thing, it kind of matched it. It was the same color scheme. It was a really big nutcracker, just like all pink, and looked like he had what do you call it, like icing all over him and glitter, and it was so pretty. I would love to get both of them and just put one on each side in my, like, the big window in the living room. I think that would look so pretty, but it's so expensive. They have like a 15% off code here, but that still would be so expensive just for 2 decorations. So and then they had a ton of other different sized gingerbread houses that all lit up and stuff. The big one didn't light up, which was kind of a bummer, but I just think they would look so pretty in the window. Okay, I did just find the other one, I think. No, that's not the one either. And this one's 150, so it couldn't have been that one. But they're just all so pretty. Anyway, I got excited over the Christmas stuff. I usually don't get as excited for Christmas decorations because like I do our tree, and like this year I friggin' need a new tree because the one that we had, that black one for so many years, and then it started falling apart, and I was like, we need a new tree. But we had one that we had gotten for free because I got it to review, and it was the one we had last year. It was just all white, and it looked like a snowman. Like, it had the boots on the bottom and the head on the top and the arms sticking out. It was cute. I liked that it was all white, but I've had a white tree in the past, and I know that they get yellow after like being in the basement for several years. But the thing with that one was it had that fake like flocked snow on it, and it was just crumbling all over the place. Like, I was vacuuming every day because all underneath the tree was all that fake snow crap, and I don't want to set it up again this year. So I'm like, I need to find a tree. And now all the trees are like super friggin' expensive. There was one white one that I saw yesterday at Home that was really, really pretty, and it didn't have a price on it, and I can only imagine how much it friggin' was. So I'm trying to look for the nutcracker now because I want to see this one. Let me turn this around. See, it's nowhere near as pretty as it is in person because you can't see the glitter and the sparkle and stuff on it. But it's so cute. And then does it show the thing that I was looking at before? Yeah, see, I think that was the, what do you call it? The gingerbread house that I was looking at. But like, they're for outdoors, but I would never put these outdoors because someone's either going to steal it or break it because people are jerks. Which, speaking of, I don't know if I talked about last week when someone chucked a friggin' soda outside. It was, or maybe it was the week before. I don't know. I was up here getting ready to go take a shower because I was like done for the night. And all of a sudden I heard like a massive bang, and it sounded like it was the neighbors next door. But Steven was like, what the hell was that? Because I heard him downstairs. So we went outside to look, and we didn't see anything at first. And then he turned around and he was like, what the fuck? Somebody had chucked a full Coke, like a full large Coke from McDonald's up the street. Like they drove by and just whacked it at the house. And it stuck in our freaking shutters. Like the cup was still stuck in the shutters. So I was like, what the hell? I don't know if they were trying to hit my inflatables outside or what, but there was soda all down the side of the house. I had to go outside and wipe down the house because it's going to be all sticky when the sun hits it and stuff. I was so pissed off that night. Like, what the hell is wrong with people? It was probably like a group of teenagers or something just being assholes like teenagers can be. But come on. I mean, you just wasted money. Like, the joke's on you because you just wasted money on a full-size freaking Coke from McDonald's in this economy. That's probably like freaking $4 just to throw it at my house. So you're a dumbass. But anyway, I was so mad. Like, what the hell? And why my house? Like, the neighbors have freaking Halloween stuff out too. It's not just me. So I guess we don't have to worry about doing Thanksgiving now because my grandma like doesn't want us to get together. So remember when I told you that I think it was 2 Saturdays ago, or was it Saturday or Sunday? I don't know, but Steven kicked my uncle out of the house because they started fighting about politics. And like, it happened before when we lived at the old house, but it just like super pissed Steven off this time. But anyway, my grandma is like, he wouldn't have argued about politics like that. He never does that. And I'm like, I heard what they were arguing about. Like, I was here. My house is not that big that I couldn't hear what was going on. So I don't know if she's pissed off at me that I didn't friggin' step in between them and tell them to stop or something. I don't know. But she doesn't want like the two of them to be together. So I was like, fine. Fine. It'll be nice to not have to go anywhere on Thanksgiving. So like, the problem with my family is I can never get a word in. Like, it's been like that my whole life. When I'm trying to explain something or like stick up for myself, it's like, just talk over me. And so I was like, fine, whatever. She didn't want to listen to me that like everything was Steven's fault. She was like, oh, Pete wouldn't have done that. Pete wouldn't have argued like that. I could hear the hateful shit that was coming out of his mouth. And that's the main issue I have with my uncle, is that like, he and I don't see eye to eye on political things. So I just never bring that up with him, because all he's going to do is talk over me. I'm wrong with every point I present to him, and that's what was happening with him and Steven. That's why Steven got so pissed off. Like, he's like the typical boomer Republican that's been brainwashed by Fox News. That's the only news outlet he'll ever watch. So what they say goes, and everything is the Democrats' fault, and ICE is doing their job and what they're supposed to be doing. Like, that is why Steven had a fit over it. And I heard Steven tell him like numerous times, all right, I'm done, let's just stop talking about it. And he wouldn't shut up. And that's what I was trying to tell my grandma last night, and she did not want to hear it. she was like, he wouldn't have kept going like that, and blah, blah, blah. So I'm washing my hands of it. Maybe it'll sort itself out and be done, but I'm not going to stress myself out any more than I already am about other stuff, because it's not worth it. I'm friggin' aggravated now over this, and like, I don't know. So anyway, what is today? Today's Thursday already. I feel like the weeks are just flying by, and like, I can't get caught up on my work stuff. Like, I'm having a fit over it, and people keep asking me, where's my order? Where's my order? It's not even so much that it's taking me forever to do stuff. It's taking forever to get product, like, ingredients and stuff, because my pigments come from all different places. Like, I don't get them all from one supplier, and it's been really hard to get certain ones. So I think my problem is I'm just gonna have to start only putting a certain amount of stock up instead of like making to order, because that's what's screwing me over when it comes to this, and it's just taking me forever to do everything in the way that I want to. So anyway, I'm gonna go and make my lunch because it's already like almost 1 o'clock, and Aiden has to get back on school. So I'll talk to you guys later. It is Friday, so I am just getting ready to end the video. I have to clean out the coffee press thing and make Steven some coffee. Shut this off. I recently got this electric kettle because I didn't have one, because I had been using the Keurig so much, but now that I have the French press thing, which seems to work out better for making it cold because Steven likes iced coffees, I got this little, I think it was only like 15 bucks on Amazon. They have all different colors. So naturally I got the pink one. And I like it because it lights up inside and it works pretty quickly. I have had electric kettles in the past that heat up quicker than this one does, but I will take it for the price because it's pretty affordable and it works well. But it's just a little pink one, and the top opens like that, and it's super cute. When it's plugged in and going, it lights up inside, so you can see. I mean, obviously you can hear if it's boiling. You can hear it boiling or not, but, and I didn't boil enough water, but that's gonna have to be enough for this. So then what I do with this is this is like heat proof and everything. I put it in the fridge and I let it get cold until tonight, when I make his coffee for the morning. Although I don't have to do that tonight because it doesn't work on Saturdays, so he's back to not working on Saturdays. For a while they were telling them that it was like mandatory to do every other Saturday, and then I guess they decided that they weren't making enough money to warrant everybody being there on Saturdays, so they cut it back down again. But yeah, I'm just gonna end the video for the week. I know I didn't really record that much. When you see me, probably Monday is the next time I'll record anything. I'm gonna have different hair because I'm so sick of this. I don't want to have to bleach it again to do more color, so I think I'm just gonna go over the whole thing with one color. I don't think I'm gonna do black though. The ends will still look really dark because that's still black box dye that I haven't cut off yet, but Steven's calling me now, so I'll talk to you guys next week.